Dude, that's preposterous how low he goes. Like, look at that. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my mouse? Probably not. No. He's just like 230 knots, and I need a cigarette. I mean, look at how freaking low that dude is. Oh. Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. No, I don't want to show that again. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So we spent, this is super hot. So we spent all morning there. Rigorian, what is happening? Hello there, P51. Oh, hi. So we spent all morning there, got a little sunburnt, went home, got haircuts, and then literally just turned around and went right back to the airport. Shoved some snacks in our face. Julia was like eating chips out of the bag in the car on the way back to John Wayne. And here is Brad getting her situated in the back of the Bonanza. So I'll go through the pictures. I took a fair amount of pictures on the flight. And then we'll go and do the flight in the simulator, just so you can see the route that we took. It was a really, really nice, cool flight. So we'll try to replicate the flight that we did, but we'll look at the pictures here first. And there were some cool things that happened along the way that we can talk about. But so like I said, it was clear when we were at the museum, which is right here. So that's the Air Museum right there. So the Bonanza is parked really, really close to it. And in fact, I pointed the plane out to Julia as we were walking back to the car to go leave for the hair appointment. But it was clear, and then, like this really high level cloud cover came, not cloud cover, but whatever you call it, is broken. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, this is going to be a freaking baller sunset. Grau, you flew in a P-51 in formation with a B-17. Dude. Yes, please share some pictures of that. That's freaking awesome. Can you say hi, Jordan? Hello, Jordan. What's up? How's it going, Meowser? So this was the beginning of the evening that we were about to embark on. And I get, it gives me goosebumps just even thinking about this time of day. Like when my Alpha was working, I would love to be driving around at this time of night, sunset, golden hour, whatever you want to call it. It's just my favorite. The few times that I've been out in an airplane during golden hour, it's like nothing I've ever done is as cool as this. It is as gorgeous as this. High wing, just the brakes when my Alpha was working. Yeah, exactly. No, the brake booster, there's like a leak in the brake booster, so it should be a pretty easy fix. I just haven't. It's been so crappy and rainy out that I haven't bothered giving the Alpha place a call. But yeah, so that was where we were starting. Here's Julia getting situated in the back, listening to Brad's passenger brief, which was very awesome, thorough. Brad is just one of the best pilots you can ever hope to fly with, let alone learn from. Time Trader, good evening, sir. So it's everything that he says, I try to pay attention to how he's doing it. And passenger safety briefing is a very important part of taking passengers with you, and he does an excellent job of making it informative, hitting all the key things like here, this door is an emergency exit and this thing kicks out and you flip this and here's your seatbelt, but also make it like we're having fun and we're take pictures, ask questions, we're gonna have fun. Right, Brad the pilot guy. That Brad. So here's Julia. That's the face of somebody that is having fun doing this. Like, I am so lucky that she has this reaction in doing this. I mean, it could be very much like dragging her along, but that's genuine excitement. She is pretty cute, Kenny. She's a bit of a cutie. So Brad had the and my haircut or her haircut, Nico. So I went a little shorter this time, but thank you for noticing. It is very lucky that she enjoys it. I mean, look at the frickin' night that we just start. We haven't even left. We haven't even done anything. The engine's on and we're just idling at the frickin' ramp, and it's just like, oh my god, this is the best. Look at that. Look at that scene. So here's the panel for the A36. So the Bonanza that I've got, her haircut. I figured, Nico. Bonanza. The Bonanza that we're going to fly in the sim is the newer generation panel, the Caronado A36. So the panel will look a little bit different than you'll see in some of this. But this was on Saturday. But we've got the Garmin 430 in there, so we're familiar with that. Everything else is pretty familiar on the radio side of things. How could you not want to do anything with flying? I know, it's addicting. There's me sneaking a little selfie as Brad is going through all of his checks. And okay, so this is we're in between the taxiway of 20 right and left. We had kind of mentioned about if you're taking the Newport or El Toro departure, they send you off 20 left. I mean, there was no planes coming in or out. I mean, it was empty. We could have gone off wherever, but they still take you out on the left-hand side, which is, I don't know, doesn't really mean anything, but it's kind of interesting. Jarhead, good evening, welcome. There's a it's tricky because it's so photogenic. Like, everything is so photogenic, and I want to take a million pictures, but I also want to pay attention. So there's like this fine line of like snapping quick shots and stuff, and like getting, like documenting it a little bit, but also paying attention to what's going on. So I'm constantly like, oh, I want to grab that and like pull out my phone, take a quick picture and put it back in my pocket. Cause I love being up in the airplane and, the flying aspect of it. Start it, do your own thing. Yeah, exactly. And I had thought about that. I mean, I obviously brought the GoPro, Brad, but because we were, I felt bad that we were probably running a little bit behind and you already pre-flighted the plane. Like, I didn't want to spend any time, like monkeying with that GoPro. It would have been fun to have the audio, but paying attention is very important. But so this is, are we on the roll here? Yeah, so we're just about at rotation here. 55 right? No, 75. Okay, so we're at 75. So we're right before rotation time. So there is rotation. We're probably at 50 feet there, I would say. 75 at that point. Yeah. Yeah. For next time, Brad, we definitely gotta get her hooked up. And it's because I love hearing you on the radio too. So next time we'll grab it for sure. So here is the turnout. So on the El Toro departure 080. So we're rotating, banking left to hit that 080. All the stupid shit you say. Check this out. So this was a good example of like, oh my god, this is gorgeous, this is awesome. Picture. So this is like out the window. This is, so when you hear on, like when I fly the Archer or the Piper in ForeFlight, I'll always say Dove Street parking. This is Dove Street parking. This little square parking lot, these 3 rows right here. It's a 180 heading to 500 feet, then left on course. I didn't know it was a 180 heading, Brad. I always go immediate left turn out, point at Fashion Island, and then at I actually use 450, and then 450 feet turn out. But this is this is Dove Street, and this is 4 Foxtrot Golf right there. That one in the middle right there. So that is the parking spot that I use in the sim, and that's what it looks like from the air right there. Yep, if you point at Fashion Island, that's about 180-ish on the heading altitude for that secondary turn is whatever, safe and prudent. Is the left turnout approved if you aren't past the end of the runway yet? Skid Rock, they want you making that turn as early as safe. So yeah, I mean it's you're turning over like the run up, midfield run up. You're almost going over the midfield run up. But you want to be up first. But yeah, so there's little 4 Foxtrot Golf and Dove Street parking. And then now did it go black? When did it go black? Okay. Then I took control. So I had the controls basically until this point where Brad said, dude, start snapping pictures, dude. So he took it here as we went around Santiago Peak. And this is just where it gets freaking silly. Even photo stalker from the sky. This is just freaking bonkers, you guys. This is Orange County. Look at that. So what you're looking at there is the ocean. That's Catalina out there. Just awesome. I should have you fly more, but I know you like pictures of this too. Yeah, like I said, Brett, it's a toss-up. I mean, I would have been if we didn't have any pictures at the end of this flight, it would have been a shame because it's so gorgeous. But yeah, I would lean towards liking flying more. Yeah, and I posted this picture or another one. There's another one of these that I posted on the flying subreddit, and it's like at 450 upvotes or something crazy. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is Santiago Peak. We'll be able to see it on the sectional. I mean, we'll fly by it. Yeah, Brad. Next time that would be freaking awesome, dude. Get the GoPro going. Oh, I just want to. God damn it! I want to fly all the time. This is so awesome. Look at that picture. It was so much fun. I have to tell you this, Brad. When I first started doing this, and this kind of goes for everybody too that is either into flying, you probably will already know this. And for those of you that are getting into flying, you might not know this yet. But when you're reading material about how to financially make flying work, and there's people that say if you go in with somebody on a plane, or if you split fuel to go somewhere, or split the rental time, it makes it more affordable to do. I heard that, I'm like, that's cool, but coming from the automotive industry where it's not like that at all. I mean, it's like, don't get away from my car, don't touch my stuff, I want to do it. Aviation is so much different, and when I meet somebody like high wing driver, and Brad, when I meet people like those two guys in particular, you realize, like, oh my God, it's not about, like, with cars, it's not about being the one driving. Like, I want to be the one driving up the mountain road in the car. I don't want to be in the right seat. That's really not that fun, no matter what kind of car it is. I could be in a Ariel Atom, hauling ass, and I want to be driving the thing. And I feel like that a lot with flying. Like, yes, of course, Brad, I would have loved to fly that entire freaking flight. But where I'm going with this is, when you're with somebody, when you've made a friend or with somebody that's equally passionate about flying, that's at a different skill level than you. And I don't know how it is being on the other side of it, being the more skillful pilot, but learning from Brad, being in the plane, learning from Brad, watching him fly, watching him on the radio, being in the right seat, and tuning the radio every once in a while, or doing something like that. It's so enjoyable sharing a flight with somebody, that all of those, shared experiences, it makes it better. So if you know somebody that is a pilot also, or you want to go halves with an airplane, and you trust them and they're a good pilot, like, there's nothing cooler than doing one leg, being left seat down and being right seat back, or something like that. Like, flying with, and Brad, I mean, the same thing goes in the other way. Flying with someone who's eager to teach and answer questions is just like above and beyond what just being in the airplane flying around would be. It is, and it is far and away the best out there. And I mean, I have been in the automotive industry for a long time, and been around a lot of very nice people, cool stuff. I've driven every single car you could think of within reason, and even sometimes not within reason. I mean, like, name a Ferrari, name a Lamborghini, name a whatever. Like, I've driven it, but it's not the same. There's like a reluctance. There's like a, it's just completely different. They're not as open in general, but aviation seems to be, where if you have knowledge and someone there is willing to listen to you, there's nothing better than that relationship. I just wanted to say that because I thought about that after that flight, Brad, and I mean the two previous times that we've flown together, I feel the same way. As much as I do want to fly, as much as I love grabbing the controls and flying and feeling the plane and making the radio calls, I love that like more than I've ever imagined loving something like this. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's the most unbelievable thing that I can think of. That being said, dude, it's so much fun flying with you and listening to you and enjoying it together. Honest to God, it's the best. So here's some more shots. I tried to rattle off as many of these as possible because it was just one view is just better than the next. Airports is the only place where everyone waves to each other, almost like having living the life. Yeah. And none of this would have been possible if the skies were clear. Like that little bit of cloud out there makes it just unbelievably gorgeous. I took a student pilot up the other day while I was VFR over the top. His mind was blown. Something he'll never forget. Yeah, and Adone, like you'll never forget that either. You know, I kind of get it, but after you get off the ground, it's autopilot. Where a car, you're always driving. Well, yeah, there's some of it, but you know, you're right. I mean, Kenny, you're right. I mean, there is something different about just like sitting there in the car, you know. But with flying, I mean, you're always looking around, and you know, the flight that we did, it was pretty, you know, involved. I still laugh at Gibbs' first reaction. Glad to share that with him. Yeah, that will be fun. Find some clouds to pop through, Brad. Like, look at this. This is just preposterous. Look at how freaking gorgeous that is. Dude, look at that effing picture. These are, by the way, hashtag no filters. So here's Julia just going like, oh my God. This is so cool. Dude, come on. How is that Orange County? How is that freaking Orange County? One of these, I think, is the one I posted on Reddit. I think it was this one. I'm not sure, but I mean, you can see there's Catalina out there. That's Catalina out there. Like, this shit is tropical, and there's just a snow-covered mountain in the back. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I think this is the Reddit pick. Yeah. And this I thought was cool because you don't see where we are, and it just looks like we're up in the mountains in Colorado or something. You know, it's freaking awesome. So what Bill is saying is his future home will be somewhere near there. Yeah. Okay, so here's where we're coming around the peak here. Sun's going down a little bit more. A lot of these are, you know, like me holding the camera, like just snapping off pictures as I'm looking out of the plane, and you know, not really focusing on the picture, but you know, doing one of these things, you know, taking the shot. Yeah, so here's Long Beach. That's like right at the tip of the wing there. That's Long Beach Harbor, and Palos Verdes right there, and you know, you got Huntington Beach and Catalina and John Wayne out there. All right, so now we're descending down towards Dana Point. It's hard not to just spam the shutter, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so hard to not just want to take pictures at every second, even though you're flying. Like, I want to be, you know, helping with traffic and tuning the radios and, you know, like being involved or just flying. But it's freaking crazy. When you're flying, you prepare thoroughly, you think and act safely, you know you could die, and it makes it feel so alive at the same time. Yep, she was exactly. This is looking out over kind of South Irvine. Oh, yeah, this is Irvine. Yeah, there is the split, I think. The 405.5 split somewhere, I think. Or is that just the 405? I can't tell where that is. That looked almost like it was going to be the Spectrum, but I don't think that's the Spectrum. That actually might be the toll road or something. Or no, South I-5. Doesn't really matter. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're making the turn over Dana Point, and this is Dana Point, like the town of Dana Point. So this is kind of funny. I was looking through these pictures, and I was like zooming in just to like see how clear it was, and because I was taking the picture out of the window, the phone processed the picture really weird, and it flattened it. So this is a real picture. This is me taking a photograph out of a real Bonanza at real houses, and look at how funny that looks. It looks like it's a flattened ortho. Look at that, and that's just because it's being shot through the window. I don't have any plans on going to TwitchCon. But how freaking funny does that look? It's all flattened. It's just it's a real life ortho. Look at that. There's like no 3D to that at all. Like even these look like they're flat right there. And it's not even like a good zoom level either. Dude, I was dying laughing. I couldn't wait to show that to you guys. I knew you guys would get it. So there is the sun setting behind Catalina. Again, just another just off the chart gorgeous picture. This is, well, I want to say like probably Laguna Niguel area. I don't think this is quite Laguna Beach, but it's also not quite Dana Point. So this is like South Laguna Beach. I actually used to park at that hospital when I was working at a hotel in the summertime that we will fly over. Thank you very much, Adone. Yeah, they're all courtesy of Brad. Yeah, same with that. This is all kind of Laguna Mission Hospital. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so this is the montage. This is where I worked here for a couple of summers when I was going to college. At one point, I don't think it is anymore, but at one point it was the most expensive hotel in the country. Like the average room cost had a comma in it for the average one. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so this is Laguna Beach. If you go up here, that up north is like downtown Laguna Beach. You had a photo shoot there. It's a gorgeous property. It's awesome. It's kind of a little bit of a blurry picture. A couple of these are a little blurry. We're trying to snap a picture of Brad's friend's house here, which we were able to capture, but I won't point it out. I don't know why I'm like freaking creep mode. Okay, this is actual downtown Laguna Beach. Also a little blurry there, but that is. Julia got those bows. Yeah, dude, these are mine. So because I don't I don't fly enough. I mean, I haven't worn those a lot, so I like wearing them. I mean, the bow, like I was like, so Julia, what'd you think of those bows? Like you're gonna make me buy a $1,100 headset, aren't you? She's like, they were really nice. I feel shy tonight. What are you going to do when AOC bans all private flights? Dude, I'll be freaking pissed. She better not ban private flights. So we're, by the way, throughout this whole flight, we're at 1,500 feet. So we were cruising at 1,500 feet. There was really no other traffic that was in our way. There was one plane that I tried to snap a picture of that was maybe at 200 feet below us. Not 200 feet below us, 200 feet above the water. We actually popped down to 1,000 for the transition. Forget why. Okay. Well, we can look at that too, Brad. We can dissect that a little bit. Here is John Wayne right there. And then that string of lights that you see there on the left, that's the 55 freeway, which goes straight into Newport Beach, which we're right above Newport Beach right here. There's Brad with Catalina in the background. This was John Wayne arrival coming in over us. Inadvertent. This was me trying to snap a picture of whatever was flying below us. Also, do not open this above 140 miles per hour. But I think I missed him. Then we made the turn over the Huntington Beach Pier to double back towards John Wayne. And you can see Brad has a death grip on the yoke. Dude, you need to lighten up. It's about feel, fingertips. No, he flies it like, oh my god. It's amazing watching him fly, but look at that grip. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay, so here's us doubling back towards Huntington Beach Pier. What altitude are we at here? Okay, yeah, so we're back down at 1,000 here. Almost 1,000. There is the pier. And what do you think of this? What do you think of these pictures here? So this is my ForeFlight reposts every picture ever shot. I was trying to grab like a good team ForeFlight shot. I think I kind of dig that one. And then we're turning back inbound. This is can't remember the name of the hospital, but that's a hospital in Newport Beach, Cedar Sinai, I think maybe, and going up to 55. So basically, you can semi follow the 55 up to the airport. And there is Julia trying out the front. I don't know why I took so many pictures of that. Okay, now let me find really quick. Here we go. Okay, that's right. You'd think being that low, your speed wouldn't really be an issue. All right, here is low approach number 1. Oh, Hogue. Thank you, time. Check this jam out. We're doing 165 knots here. So 190 miles an hour. I don't know why this frame rate is kind of being a little buggy. Is that coming through you guys? Is it you getting a little hiccup? Okay, so this is 190 miles an hour. over the sweet, sweet little 20 left. My sweet little runway that I've just touched down by myself for the first time, and then now Brad's doing friggin' 190 miles an hour, 500 feet off the deck. And there's Fashion Island. So you see those buildings out there over the nose? That's Fashion Island. That's what you're facing for that pattern. So 500, boy, that was like... Was it really 75? Jesus, dude. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wouldn't be 500 feet. What am I talking about? Yeah, we were like on top of it. Then we did a short approach. So we did 2 passes. And this is another example of like wanting to not have my phone out the whole time. On the second pass, I put my phone away and just soaked it in. But then for the landing, I wanted to put it out again. And I had like the heel of my hand on the dash. On the glare shield, so I could, keep it steady and not have to, like, I could still look around, and I just kind of held my hand out there. So this is a low approach, just barely. Did we stay within 405? Yeah, I think we stayed within. We didn't go past the 405. So keeping it just over 405. And I know Brad wanted to come in a little bit tighter, but we were hauling ass. Side slip, side slip, side slip, side slip, side slip, straighten it out. Touchdown. Just freaking awesome. So here, this is a pretty good. Oh, let's go back a little bit more. So right here, if I pause it right here, if you look up, let's see if there's a good. Okay, so I don't have like access to a mouse to actually show you, but if you look straight up from the nose of the airplane, so right where that kind of those 2 lines of rivets are on the bonnet, if you go straight up, you see there's that big gray square parking lot. If you kind of look right at the middle of that on the bottom, there are 2 rows of kind of the brighter lights in a smaller square. That's the raised parking garage that I use to dissect the final approach, doing a normal pattern. So I'm coming in from the right-hand side of that on a normal pattern, going over those brighter yellow lights kind of straight up from the nose to the left a little tiny bit. That's how tight we made that. That's how tight Brad made this approach versus what would be like a standard pattern. And I think Brad, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you had more energy than you wanted, and we were a little bit high here, so we're 4 white there, and you wanted to just get the plane down a little bit quicker and side slip or forward slipped all the way until you're right over the numbers, basically. Just awesome. Just awesome. So in the absence of having the GoPro, in the absence of having the GoPro for debriefing purposes, this is a good opportunity to show you. The forward slip was to get rid of some of the energy. Okay, so more energy than altitude. Okay, let's see if this is gonna pop up for me here. How we looking? Yeah, really beautiful flying for sure. Is this thing gonna pop up? please? Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so we had, wonder what's the best way to do this. Maybe horizontal. We're going to go in horizontal mode. This is really cool. I don't know how many of you guys have used this in the past, but this is kind of a cool feature that I really like. So when the plane touches down, the flight's over. ForeFlight, if you have automatic flight recording done, will log the flight for you. You know, like, so here's some flights that I did. Like, this is the 26 airport flight. That ForeFlight thinks that was a real flight, so it logged it, and you know, I can decline or approve this, and it'll add it to my logbook. I don't want to add it to my logbook, obviously, because it didn't happen in real life, so can't do that. But what you can do is it will keep track of the track logs. So you go to the track log, and here is the track for the flight that we did. So this is the route that we took with all those pictures that you guys saw. So we left John Wayne. There's the departure, the El Toro departure. Here's us flying around the mountain, coming down to Dana Point, flying along the coast, doing the steep turn roughly over the Huntington Beach Pier, coming back, and the two approaches, right? So that's pretty cool. They should make it that X-Plane tracked flights can be added to your logbook. They do, Airplane Man. You can add it to your logbook. I don't. I only have like the real flights. So this is the ForeFlight generated viewer, which for some reason always defaults to being on an IFR chart. I don't know why. But if we go back into the flight, you can see all the, you know, total distance 92 miles, total time 1 hour, flight time 38 minutes, average ground speed 144 knots. That's actually ForeFlight's proprietary. I'm not looking like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. 144 knots average. Love it. But this is where it's cool. So if you go to send to, you can open KLM in, and we're going to select copy to Google Earth. Now, check this out. We're going to launch Google Earth, and it's going to zoom us in to the flight. Obviously over, you know, just the satellite terrain, which you can change to, you know, be street or whatever. Julie, you want to say hi? Okay. All right, fine. Everybody thought you looked super comfortable in the back of that plane.
I was comfortable.
Yeah. So this is exactly what we just saw, right? Nothing different from the ForeFlight. But if you, on the bottom left, hit 3D, some of you already knew this was coming. Now we have a 3D representation of the actual altitudes that we flew. And this KLM file is also downloadable on Cloud Ahoy, where it will incorporate the airspeed or the ground speed as well as some other data. I think it does. I mean, I don't know exactly because I haven't used it at all, but I think it uses attitude and some other things. But for sure, it does ground speed as well, and you can kind of overlay it on a video because it's in real time. But this is a 3D cross section of the entire flight with the 3D Google Earth underlaying it. So you got the 3D buildings and everything. Hugely useful. You can see exactly what you were doing. This was the part of the flight that I was flying, basically up until we got to the mountain. You can just see how this thing climbs out like a freaking maniac. And And then Santiago Peak is right there. So we were at, were we 5,500, Brad? So there's no way to actually like look into see like what altitude you're at in Google Earth. Cloud Ahoy, you can see at any point like how fast you're going and what altitude you're at, which is incredibly useful as a debrief tool, but it just as kind of a look back at your flight to see exactly where you were flying and what altitude, and you know, like here's where we were taking those pictures. You know, you can see, you know, this is the shot right there. You got Catalina out there, and that's freaking awesome. Coming back around here, looks like we started the descent, I think, was right here. And then, in fact, I took that picture of Brad right here where you can see these, you know, little roads, little switchback access roads, right at that spot. Airplane man nearly flew right over your house. Nice, dude. So we're descending down into Dana Point, over Mission Viejo, Ladera Ranch, San Juan Capistrano. Here's Dana Point. Here is the part right here. I mean, look at how cool this is. So this is about right where we were, right? And you can orient it so you can see that exact picture that looked like it was flat. I don't know if you remember, but those two water tanks right there, this is that exact picture that I took. So you can go back and look at exact locations, and with Google Earth being, you know, having the 3D buildings and being so freaking accurate, you know, you're able to recreate. I don't know, is this going to be really difficult to see or not, but yeah, so you got those two white water tanks right there, and you can see right there those two white water tanks in the same road. It's freaking awesome. Again, it's a debrief tool. It's just the best. So we're at 1,500 feet going through here. Let's see, there's the montage right there. So that's the basic shot that I took at the montage. Cruising up the coast, still at about 1,500 feet here. 1,500 feet here, there's Newport Harbor. We got John Wayne out here. You can see right where the start pin is. How cool it would be if you can import your real-world ForeFlight plan into XP and relive, analyze it in the sim. I agree. That would be, like, as a Cloud Ahoy style debrief tool, would be freaking awesome. Okay, so then this little zigzag here is so we could see what kind of car was being pulled over on the we were talking to SoCal and under the Charlie. So we were both on that. But yeah, we were trying to see what car was being pulled over there. So that's the little zigzag. And then nice little perfect steep turn. Coming back at 1,300 feet to cross over the control tower, which is a very cool way to enter the pattern. And then here are the two low approaches and the short approach right there. So three distinct patterns. Did they ask you to be under or just... Oh, did they ask you to be under or just to get a better view? It's just an easy way to do that transition. And we can look at the flight, the charts. You're underneath their airspace, but you know, Brad makes sure to ask, like, is that okay with your departures? I mean, they're up plenty high at that point, so you're out of the way, but you're on with SoCal. I just told him what I wanted to do, and they were like, works for us. So there is the flight. And now it's time to do it again. All right, and we got traffic. Yeah, you can see right here, 1,500 feet is the shelf. So, I mean, if you're on with SoCal, and if they approve it, even if you're at 1,500, you're totally fine. Hey, Lifesaver, welcome. Thank you so much for the host. Hello, everybody from the Life Raid. Help, Life Raid. That's awesome. What is your favorite X-Plane Payware GA plane? Speedo, it is the Just Flight Aero. I don't want to say by far, but by a significant margin for sure. It's freaking amazing. I love it. Let's see. That will really let you see the shape altitude patterns. Great tool. Let's see. I think if you do a flight with Aviation on the iPad, you can play it back on X-Plane. That would be pretty cool, Skid Rock. Yeah, I'll have to look into how to do that. People do seem to love the Aero more than the TBM. Oh, more than TBM, or is that just a given? I don't know. It just depends on what they're both general aviation planes technically, but I would say that the Aero Lifesaver. Thank you for the host, and thank you for the follow. They're just different planes. I mean, I don't think anyone would dispute that they're completely different types of flying. The Aero is just a piston general aviation plane that you're far more likely to fly an Aero or a plane that's a lot like an Aero than you are a TBM. Yeah. All right. So here's the Bonanza. This is not the same livery technically, but it is the same pattern, just different colors. We need to do that. It looks like I might be able to pull that off, but we also might have to put in a request for a Finbar crack at that. I did drop a hint to him, Brad, but I think we definitely need that for sure. 9072 Sierra. Now I'm not going to be nearly as eloquent on the radio as Brad is, but I'm gonna try. Okay. Again, this is the newer interior A36, but same airframe. What's up, Iowa? Oh my god. Okay. How are we looking here? Do I have iPad? Let's get that
Birds.
Up here. Whoa. Birds. T-Storm, what's up, dude? Okay, let's get our avionics coming on. Not a fan of the Aspen. And we've got fuel. Beacon coming on. Can you guys hear that?
We have clearance, Clarence. What's our vector, Victor?
Is that what it's doing? Oh yeah, crap. Holy crap, it does need... There we go. I thought I had moved that forward. Okay. Off to a great start.
Cessna 26504, circle approach. I have a request.
836. Okay, now why is it continuing to start? Oh, god damn it. There we go. That should help the voltage. Yeah, now we're not. It's not trying to start. So is that volume really low? Is that engine volume low for you guys?
Hat 504, how would you like to join the approach?
I can like barely hear that. Okay. Well, let me know if the audio is kind of.
Hat 504, Roger, proceed direct film across film at above.
Is it chopper creeper time? Yes, dude.
Good view. Also practice
It is
approach.
absolutely chopper creeper. Oh my god, I love that. Okay. Let's pick up. Let's go com 2.
Orange. Runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Quebec. John Wayne Airport, ATIS information, Quebec. 0453 Zulu. Wind 240 at 4. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear.
Looks nice to me.
13. Dew point 9er.
Yeah, this is the Coronado 836.
3007. Arriving and departing runways 20 left, 20 right.
Somebody is going to need to change that ATIS for John Wayne. The remarks section is a bit off. Yeah, it is. It's. I don't want to get too caught up on it, but I was thinking the same thing, Brad. Like it would be pretty easy for like any of us to write a nice little script for that because
November 4 Tango Alpha.
cranes,
right,
various
215.
quadrants. Let's see how Brad-like I can be on
November 4 Tango Alpha,
clearance.
descend and maintain 3,500.
I know that Keith and company try really hard to get the local nuances right at John Wayne, yeah. They do. But they also have like 80 other airports to update to. So I've let it I haven't bothered to bring it up. Cranes in various quadrants. John Wayne clearance, Bonanza 9072 Sierra with information Quebec. We'd like to get radar services on the El Toro departure, and we're over at the west side.
Bonanza 9072 Sierra, John Wayne, good evening. On departure, turn left heading 080. Maintain VFR at below 3000. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 7243.
Okay, it's departure heading 080 at or below 3000. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 7243 9027 Sierra.
Bonanza 70 Sierra, is that correct? November 4 Tango Alpha, 1 mile
Oh, I think it's the.
cross Ascon at 3,500.
I think it's an RPM thing.
Good ILS, runway 24
Because
practice
it
approach.
should be on. Then it keeps coming back on.
November 4 Tango Alpha, cross
Oh, so
Ascon,
close to the tail number.
3,500.
What did I
Alpha,
say?
terminate.
9072 Sierra. 9072 Sierra. 270. Ah, crap.
November 4 Tango Alpha, you got part of my question, not the other part. How do you plan to terminate this approach? November 4 Tango Alpha, thank you.
Oh, this thing is a pain in the butt. The chopper creeper. It's so awesome.
Las Vegas clearance, November 837 Alpha Kilo is a Curtis P40 VFR to Santa Monica 12,500 south departure, requesting flight following.
Oh, okay. Sub with Twitch Prime Man. What is happening, dude? I'm sorry I missed you up there.
Heading 175. Maintain VFR.
Good evening, sir.
At below 5,000.
Yeah, 2400 is for the Mesa Newport Orange and 3000 for El Toro.
2231.
Go on. Go on,
837
S600.
Alpha Kilo, clear through the Bravo airspace, heading 175 after departure, at or below 5,000, 118.4 on departure, departure frequency, and squawk 2231, 837 Alpha Kilo, and we have a flight plan if you can open
What's up
it.
with this low bus voltage?
November 7 Alpha Kilo, is that correct? I do not open VFR flights per se. I think if you're thinking of FSS.
Is there an FSS frequency on PilotEdge 837 Alpha Kilo?
Negative, there's no FSS on PilotEdge. We just don't use VFR flights then.
837 Alpha Kilo, thank you.
Gentleman ground Bonanza 9072 Sierra at the west side. Request taxi to Tower Run Up.
Bonanza 907 Sierra, Gentleman ground run up, taxi via Bravo.
Tower Run Up via Bravo 90720. Gotta get this dude in here too. 7, 2, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I remember. What the hell is that rogue light doing? I think I remember that being like an RPM thing. Like once you get the RPMs up, it'll.
November 4 Tango Alpha, contact Palma Tower 118.6.
Standby outs? Yeah, that didn't work either. Just turns on the standby altimeter. Okay, here is beautiful little tower
November
run.
224 Tango Alpha Sokol. You keep missing instructions. November 4 Tango Alpha, contact Palma Tower 118.6.
Camaro Tower, ship up 71 Kilo 10 miles northwest, landing November.
Tower 224 Tango Alpha.
November 224 Tango Alpha.
As Brad would
Palma
say,
Tower, 24.
Gets quieter, gets louder.
Clear to land, 224 Tango Alpha.
Gets quieter,
Calling for landing
gets
second.
louder.
Camaro Tower, ship up 71 Kilo information November, landing we're about 9 miles northwest.
Quieter.
Oops, 71 Kilo Camarillo Tower. Runway
Doesn't really do it.
26.
I think we discovered this before. It doesn't really change
And
the
clear
sound.
land on 26 for 71 Kilo.
Oh, there it goes.
1003.
Roger.
Flaps. Flaps look good. Whoa! Whoa!
Approaching runway 02 left, 20 right.
So I didn't do it. Is it a safety issue that you do the run up in a spot like this instead of an initial parking spot? Yeah, 100% Skid Row. Yeah, the planes are packed in there. You wouldn't want to do a run up. There's just all kinds of crap there. Yeah, John Wayne has 3, probably 4 distinct run up areas. I don't know on this side of the runway. There are 2 distinct GA run up areas on the other side, but the tower run up is the only one that I know of on this side. There's probably one down by the south of the museum. Okay,
Yes,
4 south of the museum.
November 837 Alpha Kilo, Curtis P40, information Juliet, ready to taxi. We're at the north ramp, and we'd like to request 19 right if possible.
November 837 Alpha Kilo, status ground, runway 19 right, taxi via Hotel Juliet.
19 right, Hotel Juliet, 837 Alpha Kilo, thank you.
What up, dudes? Join ground, Bonanza 9072 Sierra. Ready to continue, like to request the left side.
Bonanza 70 Sierra, runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo, hold short runway 20 right.
Bravo Kilo, hold short 20 right at Kilo. 72 Sierra. 72 Sierra. 9072 Sierra. 72 Sierra. I'm going to dip out for a bit. I'll be back. If I can keep my eyes open, text me if you need anything. Will do, Brad. Thank you, sir. Okay, now let me tell you what really happened on that flight. I know, I like Eugene too, but I do miss Goldsey. I do still have 3 wheels. I have a full array of working landing gear. Look at that. That's awesome.
Tower 224 Tango Alpha. Thank you very much for your service.
Number 4 Tango Alpha, no problem, taxi to parking via Alpha, have a good night.
Good night.
John Wayne Tower, Bonanza 9072 Sierra, short 20 right at Kilo.
Bonanza 9072 Sierra, John Wayne Tower, cross runway 20 right at Kilo, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Alright, crossing 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, 20 left at Kilo, 9027 Sierra.
Wind 240 right full.
This thing is not very good on the rudder pedals, but okay, so we got lights, we got camera, let's go full mixture. We're clear there, we're clear there. Let's, Goldsey is the best.
2,500 feet remaining.
Let's do it. Oh, come on. Okay, everything's in the green. There's 75, there's 80. Rotation. Skid gear coming up. Let's go back on the props a little bit. Bank out. There's the shot with the sunset right there over the right wing. Dove Street is right below us, right there. And then we can make the turn just above 500 feet onto 080. Golsey's, he is actually training for the West right now, but he is also on a different work schedule. So he works a little bit earlier.
Bonanza 72 Sierra, ready contact, so call departure.
All right, go over to departure 9072 Sierra. We'll see you.
Emirates Towers, pick up 71 Kilo, clear Bravo.
Duluth Fly, thank you for the host.
Oxnard.
Welcome.
Number 71 Kilo, runway 6, taxi via Hotel Alpha, remain this frequency.
Alpha, this frequency 71 Kilo.
SoCal approach, Bonanza 9072 Sierra. We're 1800, restricted 3000.
Number 9072 Sierra, SoCal approach, resume on navigation and cancel altitude restrictions.
All right, resume nav and canceling altitude restriction. And we're going to be just circling over Santiago Peak, just on the border of 1345, I believe. But we're going to be coming back towards your way.
Bonanza 72 Sierra, Roger, thanks.
That's right. That is right. Okay, let's get up to 5,500. Let's get some yoke action in here. Let's get cowl flaps. Close those up. Coffee, what's happening? Good evening. Nice digs. These are some nice digs, right? That's Santiago Peak right out there. It probably will become a little bit more defined the closer we get. So here's El Toro, which is the namesake of the El Toro departure. Let's see, how is the A36 Coronado to the F-33? I have never flown the F-33. This is the only Bonanza that I have in X-Plane. And I think this is an X-Plane 10 version, honestly. So there's a lot of things that are not the best with it, but sounds good, it looks cool, it flies okay. I don't fly it a ton. Except for, frankly, debriefing a flight with Brad, and it's perfectly fine. But yeah, thank you for the host, Duluth Fly. Glad you're hanging out tonight. On your way to Salt Lake, huh?
Number 837 Alpha Kilo, Vegas Tower,
That
runway
epic is
19
pretty
right,
cool.
clear for takeoff, wind 250 at 4.
Let's go in here. Let's see how we look. We look pretty cool. Whoa. We look cool. We sound pretty cool.
Number 71 Kilo, runway 26, clear for takeoff, wind 100 at 3.
I don't know about how good it smells, but it smells like avgas. 100 load lead. Got a new haircut, Twitch Prime. Went a little bit shorter than usual. Got a nice little fade going. It looks a lot more fadey on the cam than it does in real life. I don't think doesn't look as bowl cutty in real life. High and tight. Okay, almost up to 1500. And we're just aiming right for this piece right here. That's about where we look for.
Pull up.
I do have FS Economy in Bodsoak? Something like that. Welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. we were chatting and going over some video and some pictures earlier, and I was planning on doing some FSE flights, but we might not get there tonight. But we'll see. We'll see how quickly this goes. We might be able to get a nice FSE flight leg in. There is the peak. It's at 5,700 feet, and we're gonna circle it at
1 kilo contact, Oxnard Tower
5,500 how much you got in the bank? 60 something thousand, 67,000. Not much. I'm a poor man when it comes to FS economy.
Pick up 1 kilo Oxnard Tower, wind calm, altimeter 3006, runway 26, cash 25, clear to land.
Gorgeous terrain. Couldn't even buy a 172. I know. My virtual hangar is not very
Let's
full.
take a departure, 837 Alpha Kilo with you.
It is super good fun though, yeah. It is a lot of fun.
Number 837 Alpha Kilo, take a departure, the contact, resume on navigation, cancel altitude restriction.
Resume on navigation, 837 Alpha Kilo.
Here for now. Join the Discord. Sweet, dude. Well, welcome. Call you bots. All right. That's a good one. And we're going to go. Okay, so just after, I think we were actually a little bit to the left here. Just after this little ridge here, we're going to turn left and go around there. See, FSC is the reason I started simming. Nice. Do you have... Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Adoned. Yeah, so, and just all of the eastern facing side of the mountain was what all that snow was on.
November 837 Alpha Kilo, leaving Las Vegas Bravo airspace, remain this frequency.
November 837 Alpha Kilo, could you say again, please?
November 837 Alpha Kilo, leaving Las Vegas Bravo airspace, remain
Next
this
leg,
frequency.
Salt Lake to Vegas.
837 Alpha Kilo, leaving your
That should go
Bravo
pretty quick in the
airspace
pocket
and remain this
rocket.
frequency, 837 Alpha Kilo.
Bonanza 7 to Sierra, traffic
Have I ever
12 o'clock,
landed
1
at
mile
the
northbound,
Osborne? I
altitude
have
indicates
not.
5,700.
Oh, hey. Hey, we've got him in sight, 72 Sierra.
Roger.
Hello. Hi, Wing. Have a great night. Oh, is Osborne Area 51? Because I have done that.
Babcap 71 Kilo, runway 25, taxi via Fox to Alpha, remain
So
this
it's pretty cool
frequency.
being on this side of the mountain at 5,500 feet, which is the first time that I've done that before. Because when you're flying around Orange County, you've got this mountain range right here, which separates you from the Inland Empire. So when you're on this side, you can see, you know, you've got Irvine, you've got Irvine, Fullerton, Long Beach, LA, Torrance, all that stuff on that side, kind of visible in the same area. On this side, you've got Lake Elsinore right down here. Lake Elsinore is right there. French Valley is a little bit beyond that. Then you've got Corona, Chino, Riverside, Flabob, Ontario. Just kind of all really close, and it's cool. It's cool to just pop over the mountain, over that peak, and be able to see all of those other airports and how close they really are. It's a private field next to the highway, about 60 miles east from
Capital 1 Kilo, running to 5, clear for takeoff.
I am not aware of that.
Hawk 504, traffic 11 o'clock, 12 miles, opposite direction, altitude indicates 5,500.
Again, all this is just covered in snow right now. Ghost Rider requests permission to buzz the tower. Is this the right thing? I'm gonna use
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
In FSC, you could get a VFR AP-162 right now for 61,
November
but it's in
837
Sweden.
Alpha Kilo, contact
It would only take a month to figure.
134.65.
13465, 837 Alpha Kilo.
I do own one plane, which I may or may not have acquired via nefarious means, but I am technically an airplane owner. You got an errant eye in there, D. Miller.
We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good.
Oh, we're looking good.
November 837 Alpha Kilo, Los Angeles, Santa Roger.
I actually had, speaking of Tony, I had a 40-minute conversation with older guy that was one of Tony's students before he left, that he was having trouble with the radios, and Tony got him in contact with me to go over PilotEdge stuff. So hopefully he's going to be flying on the network soon. Top Gear 2 is filming in Myanmar. It was. I think they wrapped on the filming, but they were filming in September, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they wrapped on that. All right, now we're going to aim ourselves basically right at San Juan Capistrano. SoCal approach, Bonanza 9072 Sierra. We're going to start our VFR descent to about 1500 and come up the coast till probably about Huntington Beach Pier, and then double back for John Wayne.
Bonanza 70 Sierra, Roger.
Come on, there we go. Whoa, where did that come from? Let's go. There we go. Let's go vertical speed, and we'll go. Nope, not 1500 feet per minute. That's okay. This thing is buggy as crap. I think 1132 may have broke it. Doing about 160 over the ground, so that's about right. It's not a perfect circle around. I mean, that's still pretty good though compared to what we did. So there's the breadcrumb so far. No spoilers, but anyone here seen the last episode of True Detectives? I'm watching Bill rather than watching it. Well, Ernie, we're glad you're here. I have not. I have not caught an episode of that. I'm gonna go a little bit to the right here. Pink. Kind of want to be right about here. Everybody dies. Everyone on the train falls off the cliff, the main cliff from the story. everyone's dead. It was the butler. Oh, dude, Duluth, you. Dude, you beat me to it. That is hilarious. The butler did it. Oh my god, that's too funny. Oh wow, look at those shots. Damn, dude. Holy crap, those are gorgeous. Alright, now we're headed right towards Dana Point. We should be going down a little bit quicker, I feel like. I feel like that... Oh, that's not our vertical speed. That's right. Okay.
Bonanza 7 to Sierra traffic, 1 o'clock, 3 miles, crossing right to left. Altitude indicates 4,100.
Our negative contact at the moment will be looking 720. Okay, I think he was climbing and we're behind. Here's GoPro cam. Oh, the breadcrumbs can be changed to 15 minutes and reset after landing. Cool, awesome, D Miller. Thank you. Yeah, for this one, it doesn't really matter too much. But like when you're starting over a new flight after doing pattern work or something, where you just have this giant mess to look at, it would be nice to have that shortened up.
Bonanza 7 to Sierra traffic, 2 o'clock, 3 miles, north, westbound over the shoreline. Altitude indicates 1,500.
Okay, traffic inside 920. 720. Freaking drones,
Papa 837 Alpha Kilo, target altimeter 3003.
Yeah, that is the glide slope, D Miller. So if there's terrain in the way, it'll calculate how far you can glide based off of that. All right, now let's see if we can spot the montage. Yep, there it is. Montage right there. You can see the pools. There's the hotel, or not the hotel. There's the hospital that we looked at earlier. There's the montage right there. That's pretty awesome. Now we're coming up on Laguna Beach right here with the PCH nice and backed up.
Bonanza 7 to Sierra traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, parallel, opposite direction, altitude indicates 1,500.
Traffic in sight, 720. Laguna Beach is a really cool town. There's some cool stuff up this canyon right there. It's pretty cool. Well, what you talking about? There we go. We got it. What you talking about, Willis? Thank you, sir. I love some GA flying as well. If you're just joining us, I am debriefing a flight that I did with friend Brad, who is currently not in the chat, but he might be back. This is a flight that we did on Saturday, and we're recreating it and going to compare the two after the fact. And my altitude is all over the place because it is really, really hard to maintain altitude in the simulator. Yeah, I mean we're cool with them, but I want to try to maintain the correct altitude. If you can see right here, we are I mean right now we're underneath 1,500 feet, but we're outside of John Wayne's Charlie. We can be in it. We told them what we're doing. We're going to be up the coast at 1,500, so not a huge deal, but I do want to try to stick to as close to what we did on Saturday as possible. Catalina is not that visible. I tend to fly P3D because I have a lot of Orbix. I have to admit that I do love the glossy frame rates of X-Plane. It's fun, dude. X-Plane is absolutely fantastic. And as somebody that's a student pilot...
Bonanza 7 Sierra traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction, over the shoreline, altitude indicates 1,500.
Okay, we'll be looking for that traffic, 720. But I'm a student pilot out of John Wayne, which is just right there. There's John Wayne. We're looking right down the barrel of it right there. So this is my airspace, and it just is perfect for traffic in sight 720. It is perfect for general aviation. It's really awesome. What's up, Josh? So earlier in the stream, I went through all of the pictures and some videos of this exact flight. Unfortunately, don't have the GoPro footage for it, but we took some pretty gorgeous pictures. If you guys are on the flying subreddit, you could probably see one of the pictures that I took of this sunset. I don't think that is at the right spot, but it might be. Happy pictures. Yeah. This is great. I'm just up the coast in the Bay Area. Oh, right on, dude. Very, very nice. Okay, I think that swerve was actually right here. So let's make a little swerve right there. And make another little swerve right there.
Wind calm. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 13. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3007. Arriving and departing runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
SoCal approach Bonanza 9072 Sierra. We got information Romeo. We're going to start that double back to John Wayne.
Bonanza 7 Sierra, Roger, contact John Tower 126.8.
Alright, 126.8, 9072 Sierra. What you talking about, Willis? Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, let's get our turn going here. Joint Tower Bonanza 9072 Sierra. We got information Romeo. Wanted to do a couple of low passes on 20 left.
Bonanza 907 Sierra, John Tower, and right downwind to runway 20 left, report midfield.
Joint Tower, would it be possible to cross over the control tower at 1300 or above for left traffic?
Bonanza 7 to Sierra, proceed as requested, report left base to runway 20 left.
Okay, we'll port left base 20 left and we'll proceed as requested and at 720. Alright. Why did our visibility all of a sudden take a nosedive? Alright. So we're gonna be at 1300 or above. You can call me Cal. It is a mouthful, but Prime Man is pretty good. But you got it, Cal. Yeah, let's. No, we're okay. We're fine. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of low approaches. We're gonna open the cowl flaps just a little bit because we're gonna be full power at slow speed, so we'll just put that down because it's a toggle now. I don't have a choice.
Hello. Anyway, 0-2.
Thank you, Vin. Okay. So cross the control tower at or below 1300 feet. We're going to enter a left downwind. And we're going to be trying to hold 165 knots, and we're going to be under 100 feet off the deck for 20 left. And we don't have to touch anything. Probably pull the props back a little bit, actually. climb in a little bit, climb in a little bit. We could be just south of the control tower because we want to kind of smooth this out a little bit. So 2 low passes. This stream brought to you by Vin Scully. Anyway, and who is the richest person in Venezuela? The daughter of Hugo Chavez. Anyway, that went too. Alright. There's the control tower. There's 1,300 feet. There is our runway. We're going a little bit slower than Brad was going. We can start our descent right now. There's the field here. Cut over. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. That's not a very helpful view for me. It's a little bit better.
Caution, TFR ahead.
I got that that TFR notification in the real plane too. And there we go. Look at that. And crank her up. That's pretty close, right? I know, isn't that quote awesome?
We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good.
I didn't report that left base. That's okay. Didn't it? I know, it looked exactly freaking like it. It's so crazy. Under a year, T-Storm. Under a year. Join tower 72 Sierra left base for 20 left for low approach.
Bonanza 72 Sierra, runway 20 left, clear low approach, wind calm.
Clear low approach, 20 left, 72 Sierra. Okay, this one we're out a little bit further.
Short final runway 20 left.
This is a little bit faster.
Sync rate.
Now we're doing 190 knots. This is what Brad wanted to do, probably. And then you go burp, burp, and smoke on up there. 80. Well, it's just, I mean, T-Storm, it's every day. I'm thinking about this every day. I'm studying every day. I'm practicing on the simulator every single day. I'm watching videos. I'm debriefing. I'm editing my own videos. And, I mean, it's been constant. Jowing Tower, Bonanza 9072 Sierra, request low approach and we'll be full stop on this.
Bonanza 72 Sierra, runway 20 left, left for the option.
Cliff the option 20 left, 902 Sierra. Okay, we gotta keep it inside of the 405 here. We gotta trim it. Yeah, it's absolutely like you're back in school. it's gonna be a mess. Hard landing. I barely touched that. That's alright. It's okay. Damn! Okay. Not a great landing. But I think we got the job done in terms of trying to recreate generally what happened there. And we will check it. Yeah, I definitely have lucked out working for Newegg.
Approaching runway 02 left, 20 right.
Joey Tower, Bonanza 9072 Sierra clear of 20 right, and we're parking on the west side.
Bonanza 70 Sierra cross runway 20 right at hotel, taxi to parking via Hotel Bravo, remain this frequency, have a good day.
Okay, cross 20 right at hotel and parking via Bravo, staying with you 720. Thanks, Eugene. Adoned, I completely agree, and I will... Oh my god, taxiing on this with these rotary pedals are terrible. I will show you why I did not want to do a runaway. Oh, you did, Josh. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Well, we thank you for your business. Oh, Ernie. All right, man. Thank you so much for hanging out, Ernie. Maybe not a great landing, but I will... there's a reason. There's a reason why it was not a great landing. Or I should say there's a reason why I forced it. Okay, and now we're back at the parking spot. And let's go landing lights off, snaps off, beacon, fuel pump, avionics master off, turn that off, throttle idle, kill it, alternator, battery switch, okay, and stop. All right, here is the flight. Now I am going to need to order a CPU soon. Can't go wrong with an Intel, that's for sure. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Check this out, my dudes. Logbook. This is today, right? Yeah. Okay, this is today. Backlogs today. Send it. Let's see how I did. Did you hear about the 7.6 cargo? Yes, I did. I did hear about that, and it is terrible. You guys, look at this. There were 3 fatal crashes that day too, dude. That sucks. I hate hearing about that stuff, but if there's anything we can learn from them, it's worth it. It's not worth it, but if there's anything we can learn from the crash, it's worth hearing about them. But yeah, total. Very, very sad. All right, guys, how do you think I did? Look at that. Okay, so one line is the real flight, and one line is what we just did. And it is pretty hard to tell which one is which. Well, that one's pretty easy. The straight one is the real world one, which, might I add, I was flying that portion of the flight. But that was pretty close. Then we're at 5,500 here. So we went out a little bit further in the real plane and kept it a little bit tighter. Made that little turn there for some photo ops stuff. And then I think kept it, yeah, so in the real one we kept it a lot tighter on that turn. This is the sim one is on the outside. And then we started that descent, which we descended much quicker in the real plane. So we got down much quicker. But still kind of close. Oh, look at how close that is. Oh, we crossed like super close right there. really close. That is crazy. Brad was the one that did fall, so I don't know. I mean, I had it on autopilot too, though. And then here, yeah, I think we were a lot. Actually, I can't tell which one's which on here. But that's pretty damn close right there. Yeah, I think the sim is the one on the inside. So here's Laguna Beach right here. Yep, the sim is the one that's on the right there. Yeah, this is Google Earth, but it's the data captured from ForeFlight. And we kind of deviated here a little bit. I think we could probably see where I noticed that we were a little bit on the high side. Not really. Okay, and then that was too early. That little squiggle was too early. Oh yeah, so the real world swiggle is right there. So I did the turn too early. The top turn is the sim one, but not too. I mean, I was a little bit tighter, but not too bad. And then we converge at almost the same spot. Little bit on the high side on the sim. And look at this. Look at that. I can't even like decipher what any of that means. I wish you could do like a different color. That would be kind of nice. But pretty good. The real world one is the one to the far right there. So I kept it much tighter. And the short approaches were almost identical where we turned over. Look at that. Almost identical coming in there on the short approach. And boom. Look at the run-ups too. I was on the wrong run-up area, it looks like. Turn-offs were good though. Pretty damn good. You think you can change color? Keep forgetting how to do this. My places, right? I don't know what the differences there are. Let's go to... I don't think you can. Cloud tops. Have a good one. Maybe not on the app. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's some way to do it, but that is the real flight right there. That's the real one. And then this is what we just did. So fake, real, both. That's pretty good. That is not bad. Okay, for those of you that came in a little bit late, let's see if I can sneak in a quick shot of that. If you came in after we've done the videos, go. Let's see. Okay. I'll keep this short for those of you that have already seen this. Let's go to here. Sorry the frame rate's a little bit on the jumpy side. Pretty damn close, right? Then we go. And then here is the short approach. Yeah, we're aiming for the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Maybe we could go back and check it. Big old slip in there. That front wheel was hanging up there for a while. Brad, not bad. I'll take that one. Oh my god, I love it. Let's see, what are some of the early shots here? There you go. There it is. Freaking nuts. Freaking nuts. Okay, let's go. Disconnect. Yeah, let's see what those turnouts were like. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I would say those are all pretty close. Altitudes are a little bit different. But yeah, those are pretty damn close, considering. So mine are on the inside. The sim ones are on the inside, and Brad's are on the outside. So I kept it just a little bit tighter. You don't really get the sensation of the G's in the simulator, so you might be making it a little bit tighter than you need to. I wasn't going as fast as he was, honestly, as well. But you can see if you follow those, so he's on the outside, I'm on the inside. And I guess for some of them, because one of those is our actual departures. Yeah, we may actually be closer in there than I think. Yeah, this little grouping might be. There's 3, so I did 3 passes. He did 3, 2. No, I did 2. He did. Yeah, so there's only one of those is out wide. The rest were tight. So yeah, but I mean, how cool of a tool is this to be able to do a flight in real life, do it in the sim, come back, look at the differences. I mean, this is kind of a jumbled mess, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a cool way to just drive home the similarities and differences in the sim versus the real plane. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the sim that is not happening in the real world. A lot of stuff, but and vice versa too, for that matter. One thing is, not interacting with the chat. So if I was just focusing on this, that landing probably would have been a little bit better, for example, or you would have maintained altitudes a little bit easier. But all things considered, to be able to recreate it to this degree is pretty cool. I mean, that is definitely a testament to X-Plane and PilotEdge. That's freaking awesome. It's also a good way to fix mistakes. If you mess up in the simulator, you know what not to do in real life. Exactly, Cal. Yeah. Yep. Which is why I love doing this, because you can make mistakes in the real world that, you don't have to worry about doing them in the sim. That is freaking awesome. Oh, man. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. This was super fun going through an amazing flight. Now, if you flew a G1000, you could put this KLM file on an SD card and fly the exact same plan. That is freaking crazy, dude. Can you really do that? You could just load the KLM. And is it like a synthetic vision thing? Or does it? Because I didn't know you could do that. That's crazy. Cal, my pleasure. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was super fun. Skid Rock, thank you very much. I believe you have a convert. Oh, you convert it to other type for Garmin. Huh. Well, I don't have any G1000 planes coming in the near future, so I will keep that in mind though, because that does sound like it's pretty freaking pimp. It's another good aviation shot. Cool. Talking in IRL, the MFD and PFD both have SD cards. Gotcha. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody that stuck around, and for everyone that that followed. Hopefully we'll have some more of these coming soon. Still working on the plane to fly with Brad. Once that gets solidified, we should have a ton of flights and footage and stuff to share with you guys. That will be lessons as well. So hopefully those will be extra educational. I can't wait to fly with Brad. I really hope we get to do that. So keep your fingers crossed for that, because that would make for some really, really cool streams and videos, I think, to have, to brief a flight, do it with Brad in the real plane with the GoPro footage, come back, debrief it, recreate it, and have Brad in the chat here hanging out as well. We could be in just an absolute information saturation, like crazy awesome information. Freaking can't wait. Cannot wait. T-Storm, it's been a while, but I think you're right. I think we got to do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Oh, you know what I haven't mentioned? Tomorrow, episode 4 of the Angle of a Talk podcast will be out. Can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that, to share that with you guys. So Angle of a Talk tomorrow. Keep a lookout for that. Not sure what time, but I will post it in the Discord, so keep an eye out for that if you're in the Discord. If not, it'll be on the YouTube channel, so subscribe there if you want to get notified when that will be. But I will make an announcement on the Discord. So I'm excited. This one was really, really fun. I'm very excited to share that. All right, guys, that'll do it. Angle of a Talk tomorrow, and many of you know what is coming up momentarily. So have a great night, guys. We'll see you soon.